All right, enough Inter. How about some quick hits instead?
Let's go, Gab.
Benfica beat Bayern 1-0 to top the group. Jules, both teams advance. Who are you going to praise?
To be fair, I don't think Benfica have been very good in this tournament. Despite topping that group, the only way they beat Bayern is because Trubin had an incredible game and made save after save in front of Leroy Sané, who was hopeless in front of goal, or Pavlovic, or even Harry Kane at the end. And it's because Vincent Kompany decided, maybe strangely, to rotate heavily his teams only for the first half before bringing on the big players, the Kimmich and Kanes and Olysses. And by then it was a bit too late, although they could have still turned it around because they were so much better than Benfica in the second half. But so Bayern find themselves in the PSG side of the draw, for example, which I'm not sure they'd be too happy with. And instead for Benfica, it's an easier, maybe last 16 draw and the rest, and if they finish second. But for me, it's all because Bayern really didn't seem to take this game very seriously.
Yeah, I don't get Company because he's saying we're trying things out for next season a little bit. He says it's like preseason, but then you get so much Leroy Sané shoved down your throat, and the man's going to Galatasaray in a couple of weeks.
And the Maresca mixes things up, but Chelsea still prevail against Espérance de Tunis. 3-0, Gab. The Tunisians stuck it out until the first half stoppage time, though.
They did, but it was one of those situations where, Esperance, you have a big team in their context, and they come here, they're playing Chelsea, and so they decide to go defensive, to give Chelsea the ball, which, given the way Chelsea have played of late, and given the lineup he put out, of course, no Cole Palmer, Dewsbury Hall out there effectively on the wing. Maybe they thought that would be the right strategy, and for a while it worked. But then Tosin opening the scoring, getting a second. Both two opening goals actually in first half stoppage time. It really was a body blow. I hope Maresca is getting the answers that he's looking for, because he certainly revolutionized the team game after game. I don't think he's going to be doing that in the knockouts. So Chelsea end up second to Flamengo. Jules, Flamengo kind of really, really struggled in at least in terms of result. They had to come from behind against LAFC.
Yeah, just to get a point, 1-1, really late, because Bouanga finally scored a goal after having missed so many chances in the first two games for LAFC, and Flamengo responding to it. It felt like Flamengo just wanted to control that game and get a draw, which for a long time that 0-0 was written all over the game. But then they responded well, to be fair. Wallacian with the goal that made it 1-1, and then a show that they were finished top of the group. They had already qualified. They were just waiting, and I think even if they had lost that game, they probably would have still qualified because of the head-to-head against Chelsea anyway. So it was for them, it was just a game that meant nothing whatsoever. There was lot of changes, rotations, and now they're ready for the last 16. Well, it'd be very interesting to see how Flamengo do in the last 16 when the level of the opposition kind of gets a little bit better.
I tell you what, people here, I'm surrounded by Flamengo fans, they think they can win it.
Inter Miami drew 2-2 with Palmeiras, which means Messi and co advanced to the last 16. Gab, that's historic, but they nearly threw away a 2-0 lead as well.
Yeah, and that was funny because they get the 2 goals, they're in control, but you realize this Inter Miami side are not built to defend a lead, because you got Suarez and Messi up front, and obviously, they are what they are. It's not like you're going to sit back and play on the counter effectively with those 2 guys, nor are you going to necessarily take them off until the end of the game, which is what happened with Luis Suarez. And so Palmeiras kind of can camp out and they can chip away, and because the defense of Inter Miami isn't particularly good, eventually they break through. Disappointing to give up the 2 goals. Luis Suarez was annoyed afterwards, but hey,
Messi as well. Messi left the pitch.
That they went through.
Messi left the pitch Messi left the pitch in an absolute humph too. He was not happy at all. I think they knew that they could have topped that group and avoided PSG, and now with that draw, finished second and having to face. I think they knew already as soon as the game was over.
He probably did, and tell you what, I'm looking forward to the Messi homecoming.